In the city of Bukhara, there once ruled a king so handsome that poets wept when they spoke his name. But looks can deceive, for this king's heart was black with jealousy. When his favorite wife died, he swore that all women were faithless. He ordered that every woman in his kingdom must be put to death, until wise men convinced him to wait, to think, to choose 7 viziers to advise him wisely. The king chose 7 viziers, 7 of the wisest, most trusted men in all his kingdom. They were old men with white beards and wise eyes, men who had served kings before and knew the ways of the world. Each morning, they would gather in the council chamber and debate until nightfall, searching for a way to save the women of the kingdom. But the king grew impatient. "I will wait no more," he declared. "Bring me my king's son and his bride. They shall be the first." The king's son, a young man with a kind heart, had just married a beautiful girl from a noble family. They had been married only 3 days when the king's guards came. "The king commands," they said, "that you both be executed." The young bride wept. "But I am innocent," she cried. "I have done nothing wrong." The prince believed her. But how could he save her? The king's word was law, and the execution was set for dawn. The 7 viziers fell to their knees before the king. "Great king," they pleaded, "give us one day. Let us tell you a story that will show you the truth about women. If our story does not change your mind, we will ask no more." The king, curious despite his rage, agreed. "You have until dawn. Make it worth my while." And so began the first tale, told by the first vizier. As the candles burned low in the palace, the first vizier began his tale. There was once a king who thought he knew everything. He had a farmer who brought him a strange fruit, a cucumber, from a garden no one knew. The king bit into it, and died. His son took the throne, and the first thing he did was to order all cucumbers destroyed. But one farmer hid one seed, and from it grew the most delicious fruit the kingdom had ever known. The lesson: do not judge all by the actions of one. Do not punish the innocent for the crimes of the guilty. The second vizier told his tale. A man loved his wife more than anything in the world. She gave him a ring, a magic ring that showed him the truth of any matter. But when he looked at his wife through the ring, he saw her with another man. In his rage, he divorced her. She married another. Years later, the man looked through the ring again, and saw himself standing with another woman. The magic ring had shown him the truth. His wife had been innocent. He had been the faithless one. In a vision from the past. The lesson: anger blinds us to truth. Third vizier spoke of patience. A woman was accused of terrible crimes by her enemies. She was thrown into prison, her children taken, her reputation destroyed. But she did not weep. She did not rage. She waited. She trusted. And in time, the truth came out. She had been innocent all along. Her patience had saved her. The lesson: sometimes, the best answer is time. Sometimes, the wisest thing is to wait. The king listened. And as he listened, something began to change. The stories worked on his heart like water on stone. He began to remember his dead wife, not with anger, but with love. He began to wonder, had he been wrong? Could all women really be guilty? The viziers saw the change in his face, and they pressed on, telling more tales of wisdom and justice, of patience and truth. Fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh viziers each told their tales, of queens who saved kingdoms, of women whose wisdom exceeded men's, of mothers who taught their children well. And as dawn approached, the king realized the truth. Women were not all alike. Some were evil, yes, but some were wise. Some were good, some were heroes. It was not women who were good or evil. It was people. To punish all for the crimes of some was injustice. It was unkindness. It was wrong. When dawn broke, the king rose from his throne. "I have listened," he said, "to the wisdom of my viziers. I have heard stories of patience and truth, of wisdom and justice. I see now that I was wrong." He embraced his son and his beautiful bride. "No woman shall die for another woman's crime. We will judge each case fairly. We will look at the truth, not at anger." And so it was. The kingdom rejoiced. The viziers smiled. And the king's son and his bride lived happily for 100 years. The lesson of the 7 viziers lives on still. Wisdom can defeat rage, and stories can change the world.